not use Discord anymore. That's always an option. You know, we can get away from this system that spies on us.
I think we're playing the. Actually, you could do it from YouTube. We could do it from Rumble Studio, which is like StreamYard.
Oh God.
Oh, well, I was thinking like I don't know what alternative to use. TeamSpeak is still around.
Jitsi. Do you remember we used to use Jitsi? Good evening.
Yeah, not really.
Dom says, "What are all these words in the title? I came here to listen to TBC."
Well, boy, are you in for a surprise.
Boy, howdy.
Boy, howdy indeed.
Yeah, let's have a look at. Let's check everybody's audio. Hobbit
And
talk.
yeah.
Hobbit's
So
gone straight into the red. So
we're
yeah,
live
normal.
on rumble.com. Yeah.
Everything's normal because Hobbit's gone straight into the red.
Well, look,
As usual
I think
with his overdriven microphone.
your pickup on me, you increase my volume by 150% because when I do this on OBS, I'm well in the yellow and never in the red.
Never in the
No.
Keep out of the black and into the red, and that's
Although I did notice,
that's how
like
Hobbit does YouTube does in YouTube.
Yeah, you got to get into the yellow. No, John Peel was someone to get right into the red, and that was annoying because I'm there trying to like tape like some drum and bass onto my cassette, and then he goes to the end of it. It's like
Look at this. I can go even in all and do that, and then that message goes to. I think it should go to both.
I just saw that on YouTube. Let's have a look at the Rumble. I have to verify I'm not a human because Rumble for some reason doesn't like me. And it's like, oh, time to sign in again because literally it's been 3 days. Who the fuck are you? And let's go on Fortean words and click that. And yeah, you're there live on the Rumbles with the same thing on.
Does Evening all say it in there as well?
Yeah, you're evening all on both of them.
Ah, there you go. So I figured it out. So I can message to both chats at once.
Nice.
Yeah, this is all good. I'm enjoying this. I'm on Linux. I'm on Linux. I'm broadcasting to 2 places. It's all good.
It's working nicely, and I am in the red as usual. So
keep out of the yellow and into the red, and you get nothing in this game for 2 in the bed.
You know, you don't have to donate to chairs and microphones for racists, but it's greatly appreciated.
So, Hobbit, you wanted to talk about this week. Did you want to go through the Grokpedia and I'll have bits?
Oh, boy.
We're going to use Grokpedia because we're not Wikipedia peasants anymore.
No, more like Ghislaine Maxwell's pedia, which, crap. I don't like it.
More like
all.
Robert Maxwell cost you a fortune. See, Grokpedia doesn't beg for a quid every time you try and read it.
No, it's not as even like it's not even as if Wikipedia needs that money. They just use it to fund Drag Queen Story Hour. I think it came up with they're doing that. So yeah, we're not talking about Drag Queen Story Hour. We're talking about Robert Hendy-Freegard,
and he somehow managed to what's the word I'm thinking of? He somehow managed to bamboozle some highly educated women, massively, hugely highly educated women.
I mean, he was convincing women with degrees about various things, which
very intelligent women, massively intelligent.
These women, these credentialed women with their degrees, these postgraduate degree havers, were bamboozled by somebody who wasn't factually correct all the time. Let's just put it that way.
I think Dom's been on the spice because he's well up for it tonight. He's messaging all over the place.
Oh, okay. Is he been to his... Now, we have to call them corner shops because we're not allowed to say who the proprietaries are. Yeah. Has he been to his local corner shop and purchased some grey market bath salts? There we go.
Bath salts.
Or some... I believe they're called aromatherapy potpourri, not for human consumption. Definitely not spice. It's definitely not spice.
This product isn't spice, but you can use it as spice.
Yeah. You go to say, all right, boss man, give us some of that spice, and then he hands you over a packet with like
I can't give you spice. Wink, wink.
Yeah,
that's what he says.
But if you give us 20, I'll give you this, and you'll have a good night. Oh, I promise it, sir. Yes.
Sir, you'll have a good time, sir.
Yeah, it's like boss man. Yeah.
You're boss. Boss man.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I'll give you a special price, £19.
You love it, boss. You love it, boss.
So, Robert Hendy-Freegard, he was born in 1971. Do you think he ever frequented corner shops? Do you think he'd have gone to, maybe that one which was on Park End Street next to the train station in Oxford to purchase bottles of Magnum? You know Magnum tonic wine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Magnum's the American version of Bucky, isn't it?
It's the Jamaican version, I think. But it doesn't have caffeine in it like Bucky.
As Dom says, the spice is the worm and the worm is the spice.
Yeah, something along those lines.
Or as Tim Curry would say, the spice. Spice.
Can you imagine Tim Curry in Dune? That would have been excellent.
Yeah.
He'd have been good in that.
Who would you have him play? Who would he be?
Could
he be the Mentat, wouldn't he?
He could make a good Mentat. That would have been a good job for him. But I like the idea of an older Tim Curry being Emperor Shaddam.
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
I think he'd be good as Emperor. Oh, who would you get to play Baron Harkonnen? You can't use any fatties in it because. Oh, can you imagine Royce as Baron Harkonnen?
Or who's that Liberal MP who bummed all them boys? Cyril Smith.
Yeah, but he's not much of an actor. I believe the method acting
to be fair, he's got the character down pat.
Well, yeah, I'm saying the method acting would be right, but I just
Cyril,
like Royce.
Cyril, we're meant to be acting. Put the boy down, Cyril.
Cut. Cyril, I said cut. He's lost in the method.
Oh no, he's murdered another cast member. Oh shit.
Oh god, can you imagine how boring Royce would be as Baron Harkonnen? So, this harkens back to the other time I committed some brutal oppression on
This
people.
harkens back to the Butlerian Jihad.
This harkens back to the last time you know what? In that film Dunk, directed by Denis Villeneuve, I was looking forward to like the rave reviews on Pink News about it, but surprisingly, they were stum.
I was waiting for Pink News to be utterly shocked at how they've destroyed Baron Harkonnen's character in it.
Well, that's the bit which I'm surprised about. Now, to be fair, Pink News got a bit of internal turmoil. What with like the two owners of it being caught buggering all the staff for free. And
were they big friends of Scott Mills?
Well, I don't know. Scott Mills.
Did you ever hear another BBC nonce? Another BBC nonce was recalled to prison. The missus told me about it earlier. Yeah.
Oh. Well.
This is. You couldn't swing a stick in the BBC centre without hitting a paedophile, could you?
I mean, years ago I said you don't have to be a nonce to work in the BBC, but it seems to help.
It seems to be the only qualification you need.
Well, if you're not, let's say, diverse, then you need to be.
I'm really sorry, you're white. I can't have a job here, but I am a paedophile. Okay, we're straight in.
Yeah, we'll give you one of the top jobs. Hugh Edwards is looking to retire.
What do you want, a top Radio 2 slot?
Yeah. Do you want to be the BBC News presenter like Hugh Edwards? But Dunk, that's it. Now, as we all know, because we're all fans of the Dune, the book here, right? Yeah. And it's bold portrayal of homosexuality in the sense that there's a chapter where the Atreides family have landed on Dune, and the Baron's spies have reported on it, and he's frustrated because Paul Atreides is alive and not in his custody. So he orders a slave boy that looks remarkably like Paul Atreides, who's 14 years old, which he then proceeds to now I'm gonna use some safer YouTube terms, sodomize to death But then, whilst he was sodomizing him to death, noticed that there was a poison needle on his thigh, and he was very angry because he specifically demanded one without blemishes, and there was a blemish on his thigh, and he got very angry about that. So, rather than sodomizing him to death, he just strangled him. So, I guess that's all right then, just strangle and not, snuggle with a struggle.
Was Baron Harkonnen a bit like what's his name? He was the one that the CIA kept trying to kill with exploding cigars and stuff.
Fidel Castro.
Is he like the Fidel Castro of Dune? Then is he?
Well, except in this case, the CIA is his nephew, who he's grooming to be the ruler once he pops his clogs, because he's got no heir of his own, and his nephew
fancying poison that.
Yeah, well, his nephew's not particularly fond of him, so he's like, oh, as a laugh, I'll interfere with the slave that he's about to kill, and I'll put a poison needle in his thigh because I know he likes feeling up their thighs, and when he squeezes it, it'll go into his finger and kill him.
Yeah.
So it was a bold and stark portrayal of homosexual romance, which was really ahead of its time. Very brave, and I'm just
as Dom says, Scott Mills is Baron Harkonnen. Would you have Scott Mills or would you have Hugh Edwards?
Do you know who I think would be really good at playing Baron Harkonnen? And I'm not even being like ironic about this, because he's got the perfect face for it, and his personality is suits it down to a T. Is James Corden. He would make a good Baron Harkonnen.
What say you, Fraser?
Don't know. Maybe. Yeah.
Fraser's got no strong thoughts on Dune.
Not this gay op version of Dune. No, not really.
Or his castings. Well, it's not gay op because they kind of sort of brushed
everyone
over
else.
the bit.
Everyone so far you picked is gay.
Well, it's like, in the modern adaptation of Dune, they kind of sort of glossed over Baron's extracurricular activities.
They did miss it out completely in the Lynch version.
I mean, it's well, actually, no. That was kind of a central point. It's like right at the beginning of it, they couldn't show like a diseased man with festering. What's the word? He had boils on him with pus coming out.
Yeah.
They couldn't show a victim of AIDS buggering somebody to death in 1984 cinema because that was considered to be a bit, on the nose.
A bit close to the bone.
So the euphemism they used for it was having a heart plug. So he pulls the plug out and the boy's just bleeding there, and he's smearing the blood all over his face and getting off on it. And it was sort of. Put it this way, the 1980s Dune film was more gay-friendly than the modern Denis Villeneuve one, where Baron's Harkonnen's sexuality is just completely missed out from the story.
Well, they're completely hetero-washing Baron Harkonnen, aren't they?
Well, the other thing is...
They're silencing his gayness.
Yeah, well, the reason you might think, oh, Hobbit, you're belabouring the point, it's a minor plot point. No, I'd say it was pretty pivotal, actually. The fact that the Baron Harkonnen, I mean, Frank Herbert wasn't exactly subtle with his naming as well. He's calling him Baron, as in to say, he's gay and he can't have children because he's gay, and he's an absolute pervert. And like the central plot point where Paul Atreides he gets the test from the Bene Gesserit witch to see whether he's human or an animal. There's later on in that they sort of talk about, the Harkonnens would have never submitted to such an experiment. Well, actually, no, it's worse than that. I think in Dune Messiah they talk about they did the pain box experiment on Fade Ralpha, who's the same age as Paul Atreides, and he got off on it. He was just enjoying it. It was just like he was creeping out the Bene Gesserit witch. It's just like, we're going to have trouble training him. But yeah, the fact that Baron Harkonnen is gay, and he's gay in a violent, homicidal way, it's a central theme of the story, and it comes up in later books, even once he's passed away. Because if you read about it, you know about Alia and her strange memories. So yeah. Now, Hendy-Freegard, what would his opinion be
Robert
about
Hendy
June?
Freeman.
Yeah, Freegard. He was born in 1971. He'd have
Yeah.
probably seen June in the cinema when it came out.
Well, it would have been 1984. He would have been 13, wouldn't he?
Yeah, well, you know, he
was
could
it 84?
probably
Was it the June? I think it was 84.
Yeah, he could have sneaked into the cinemas and seen it. He'd have probably enjoyed it. I mean, that would have been about the same age I went to see Independence Day, which was not as good a film.
I was about the same age I saw Total Recall in the cinema.
I tell you what, I really disliked in Independence Day how Jeff Goldblum was in it and Will Smith. I didn't mind Brett Spiner so much. He wasn't as annoying as the rest of them. But I would like to know Robert Henry-Freegard's opinion of Independence Day. And
you can ask him; he's still alive.
Well,
but we'll get to that later.
We could write him a letter if he's in prison, saying, "What is your opinion of Independence Day?"
He's out as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, spoilers. Born 1971, is a British fraudster and con artist notorious for impersonating an
MI5 ways. I don't know. They're writing him off, aren't they?
Yeah. Notorious for impersonating an MI5 intelligence officer to manipulate and exploit at least 9 victims, primarily professional women, over a decade.
Highly educated women. Credentialed women, some might say.
Professional women. Defrauding them of about £1 million.
£1 million? Is that
through elaborate schemes?
That was a lot of money back then, though, weren't it? In the 80s. It was a lot of money in the 80s.
It wasn't the 80s, it was in the 2000s.
Oh, was it? Oh, I thought he did like this in the...
He
was born 1971, weren't he? So
yeah, it was because I remember this story because I remember when the whiskey shop was new and I went in there and because they sold mead as well and I was interested in that. But ended up buying whiskey. So elaborate schemes involving fake espionage operation, coerced undercover lifestyles. That reminds me a bit of what's that film with Jamie Lee Curtis and Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Oh, True Lies.
Oh yeah, not to be confused with True Romance.
Oh, you wouldn't have watched it. Oh, you might have watched True Lies. Was that 1991 True Lies?
Yeah, around about. Well, it might have been later, but
directed by David Cameron. Not David Cameron, the other Cameron.
I was going to say James Cameron.
Yeah.
David Cameron was a bit busy. Actually, he wasn't a bit busy. Up until the age of 27, he worked no job whatsoever. And then at the age of 27, because his girlfriend's father...
1994, so he would have been the tender age of 23 when he saw True Lies.
Yeah, which probably gave him the idea, amongst other things. But, not to be confused with Dave Cameron, who got a job in Carlton Television because his missus at the time, her father was the head of Carlton Television. So
do you remember when David Cameron said that whatever the result of the referendum, he'd pull the lever the very next day? The very next day.
Yeah, but what he didn't specify was the lever on whether he keeps on working as PM or not. that was kind of admitted.
Hey, what am I going to do about it? I can't pull the lever if I'm not the PM anymore, can I?
So it's someone else's responsibility now. It's just like, what a great leader we've got. In fact, what a great series of leaders we've got where it's just like, oh, I need to do responsibility on this. Well, I just abdicate my position now. So
I like it when you get a prime minister and you think, well, it isn't actually like physically possible for the next one to be worse than the previous one, and then they are.
It always inspires me how every single successive prime minister we get is worse than the other one in some way. I want to say Liz Truss wasn't that bad, but it's just, she was only there for 2
to be fair, she didn't even get the chance to be bad, did she?
She was there for 2 weeks, wasn't she?
Well, that's what I was going to say. If you're only there for 2 weeks, the scope of damage you can do to the country is limited.
Yeah.
It's kind of like giving a shot. It's like supermarket sweep with some shoplifters. It's like, right, you've got 90 seconds to steal as much stuff as possible. Off you go. And Del Winter's chasing after them, mincing around. It's like, oh, he's going for the high-value items first. He's going for the whiskey, yeah. Or some criminal damage there. He's called that entire shelf to fall down. That'll be thousands of pounds. It's like
that's the thing that got me about a supermarket sweep is why did no one just go to the alcohol aisle? It's like...
What's the option in
Fags?
supermarket?
No, it'd be the fag counter, wouldn't it? That's what
as well, yeah.
And I'm talking about cigarettes, Susan, so calm the fuck down from hell.
She's dead, mate.
Yeah, I was going to say, go down to Hal and fart in her face, and it's like, yeah, that's a British cigarette for you, Susan. Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, you still mourning over your son? Well, don't worry, he's dead in hell with you, Susan. I'm sorry your son was a worthless drug addict who died of an overdose, Susan.
And we can slander these people because they're dead.
Well, it's not even slander. It's like what I'm saying is factually correct. I mean, allegedly, the last thing that his son said was, "I wish my mother loved me more."
Yeah.
So, Hendy-Freegard. That's an interesting double-barreled name. So,
well, you'll find out the origin of the surname Hendy-Freegard. His name's Robert Hendy.
Yeah.
No, Robert Freegard. His name's Robert Freegard.
I was going to say, is the mummy a Hendy or is the daddy for Freegard? So, fake espionage operation, coerced undercover lifestyles. Oh, God. Do you think he put them up in flats in Blackbird Leys and just said,
no. Sometimes he even just let them live on the streets. This is one crazy fucking story of it.
Dubbed the puppet master for his psychological control over followers, he convinced them to abandon their lives, hand over savings, and even commit crimes under the pretense of national security threats from the IRA or Russian
unfortunately,
agents.
that's legal now, isn't it? Now the Tory government brought in that law that the law enforcement can do anything illegal as long as it's for, I don't know, nebulous reasons.
As long as it's funny.
Yeah.
Okay, what I need you to do, love, is go into the cover market. There's a jewellery store there, right? And what you need to do is get this brick and smash the counter and take as many jewels as you can, but only give yourself 15 seconds.
Yeah.
And then you got to run out of there. And you got to do it for me, for national security.
Yeah. Otherwise you'll get shot by an IRA sniper.
Yeah. They keep your head covered because there's snipers up in the cover market. They're in the rafters. Don't look at them. Don't you ever look up at them. They'll kill you.
You know this is actually what he did to people, don't you, Hobbit?
It's kind of funny
You're
how
not even parodying it, Hobbit, because that's what he actually did to these idiots.
Holy fuck.
You can't. I'm telling you, Hobbit, you cannot parody this story.
I need to explain to the audience. I've only read like the first fucking paragraph of this yet. I've not even like.
I listened to a podcast on it earlier, so yeah.
So you know what? This is based on stuff I remember.
Reminder:
at the time,
I'd just like to remind people once again that these are educated women, highly educated women,
postgraduate professional women.
Yes.
So Hendy-Freegard, let's just call him Rob from now on. So Rob, originally from Blythe in Northamptonshire.
Blythe is what?
Blythe in Nottinghamshire.
I was going to say Blythe isn't in Northamptonshire.
Sorry, I do struggle with those English place names. So Blythe in Nottinghamshire, and previously employed as a barman and car salesman. Oh well, that's actually gives you that's the perfect job for a psychopath.
Barman and car salesman.
You got a family of four coming in there, and he's a little 2-year-old girl, and you sell him an absolute death trap of 11 for £12,000, and say, "Oh yeah, it's only had 3 previous careful owners. Yeah, they just took out for Sunday drives. Oh, it's brilliant. It's got an ex-MOT. It's all good. Yeah, it's got 4 wheels. What more do you want? Go on, you can drive off with this today.
It's got 4 wheels and no brakes.
Yeah, well, we don't want those.
Let's just remind us people struggling with names.
The brakes are an optional extra.
No, that's right. Unless you're very good monitoring.
You want to get in this car. You want to get in it. And he's like, okay, I want to get in this car now. Here's £12,000.
With his hypnotic tie. I don't know. What do you have, a hypnotic tie, perhaps?
He's only got 308,000 miles on the clock. It's brilliant.
It's only been wound back to 200,000 miles.
Yeah. So previously employed as a barman and car salesman, began his deceptions in the early 1990s while working as a barman in Newport, which is in Shropshire, where he first touted...
Wales? Why are they saying it's in Shropshire?
Well, this one says Newport, Shropshire.
Is there another Newport?
Newport is a historic market town and civil parish in the borough of Telford and Recklin in the ceremonial county of Shropshire.
Why do you have Newport in Shropshire, right near Newport in Wales? What's the point in that?
Well, you see, there was an old port, and then they decided we need a new port.
We need two of them.
And I guess the memo didn't get out saying, look, we only need one new port. We can't have Newport, so they both got called Newport. So that's where he first targeted students from nearby universities.
Well, you know, if you're going to brainwash people for a plan, you want to make sure that they're highly educated. But surely I hear the audience scream, aren't highly educated people less likely to be targeted by people like this?
Yes, because you'd think surely somebody like a solicitor, a psychologist, and an artist would not be that gullible.
Yeah.
Well, have I got news for you about women, especially women with degrees? Because Robert Hendy-Freegard, who made a fucking career out of this, and I got to say, if you con them in over £1 million, you know your mark.
Yeah.
When you're a solicitor, are you? Well, have I got a deal for you? Yeah. You should give me all of your fucking
Hey, you're
money.
Clever, right? You're really clever. You're really clever.
You'd never get scammed, would you?
No, you're way too clever to get scammed.
Oh, you're so smart and professional and rich. Wouldn't it be great if you gave me all your money? Just think about it, right? You should give me all of your money because it'll be amazing. Did you know that polar bears exist, right? And they can't swim, and the glaciers are melting.
Did you know if the polar bears eat ice? The greenophiles think that polar bears eat ice.
Well, you see,
because they said the polar ice caps are melting, and the polar bears won't be able to eat.
Well, you see, but back when I was a kid, my mum used to buy these polar mints, and I thought they were rubbish. But at the same time, they are sugar, so I used to eat them. And they always had it.
I mean, Fox's Glacier Mints.
Yeah, that was it. And there's a picture of a polar bear that's standing on all four paws of this one Glacier Mint. And I was just like, that must be a really small polar bear, or that's a massive Glacier Mint. And I just
would you have eaten a Glacier Mint that big, Hobbit? When you was little fella.
I'm telling you, right, my imagination when I was like chewing on it and thinking how hard it was, because you really had to sort of break it with your teeth.
Well, the idea is you suck it until it disappears.
Fuck off. There's no kids doing that. No one's got the patience for that, right? No, I just had in my mind they got this like bear-sized Glacier Mint, and they must have got ice picks and stuff, and everyone's like chipping little bits off and sticking like boiled sweet glass shards into their mouth and chewing on them.
Oh, but you did have quite the active imagination when you were a little fella, didn't you?
Oh, there was this one time where I made up this Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck show, and I didn't go to sleep for the entirety of the night, and then it was like, oh, it's dawn.
Don would like you to remember that also polar bears chug Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
You know, it's weird. Polar bears, they seem to have a very sugar-rich diet.
If you live next door to Santa Claus, who delivers the Coca-Cola at Christmas.
No, in my country we call him Father Christmas.
Well, not according to
you don't call him Santa Claus.
Coca-Cola.
No, you see, because in my country we would call him Père Noël, which means Father Christmas.
Yeah.
Because guess what, right? Saint Nicholas, on which Father Christmas is based on, was a priest.
Based on a true story.
Yeah, literally was based on a true story. So Saint Nicholas. I mean, why am I going to call him Santa Claus for? I mean, who the fuck wants to speak Dutch? It's a crap language. Even look, do you know how I know it's a crap language, right? Because every Dutchman I speaks perfect English, and their Dutch isn't that good.
Yeah.
So even they know Dutch as a second language. It's like It's like with the Welsh, like, you go to school and you get taught Welsh, and it's like, well, it's part of my national culture, is it? I suppose. And
I remember listening to an interview with Ned the Atomic Dustbin, who were from Brumland, and they said, "We am going to Dutchland, and they can speak better English than we can."
Yeah, but that's not a surprise because you're fucking Brummies. It's like, look, the Dutch language is much like the Welsh language. Like your typical Welshman knows enough Welsh to sing like the first verse of "Bread of Heaven" in Welsh, and then the rest of it he just reverts back to English. It's the same with the Dutchman. I mean, the Dutchman like say, "Oh yeah, Happy Christmas, Sinterklaas. Yeah, I'll go red light district and wear a Santa hat. Yeah, I'll be good."
With my life partner Ronald.
Yeah, my life partner Ronald. We went to see one of these prostitutes, and she did shaving sex with us. Oh, when Jeremy Clarkson was doing his tour of Europe, he was absolutely obsessed with shaving sex. He was like reading all the things the prostitutes weren't allowed to do because it was based on like risky activities. And they said one of the things they're not allowed to do is shaving sex. And he's just like, what the hell is shaving sex? And do you know what, to this day I haven't found out what shaving sex is. So if you know, answers on a postcard, please send it to.
If there's one person that knows, I'll bet it's Dom. I'll bet you Dom knows what shaving sex.
Send it to BBC Broadcasting House, Shepherd's Bush,
Radio
Bush,
2,
PO Box.
Radio 2, and then say FAO Scott Mills.
Yes. Oh, I thought you put courtesy of Scott Mills, but
for the attention of would be better.
Yes. Well, I was CEO. So his
beware though. Sending posts to Scott Mills, you may end up wrapped up in Operation U Tree.
Oh yeah. You don't want to be guilt by association. So his victims included a solicitor, a psychologist, and an artist.
Who were all very clever people.
All very clever people and not gullible in the slightest.
Yeah.
He seduced into romantic relationships whilst directing them to perform menial tasks, live in poverty, or fund his lavish expenses like luxury cars and holidays. And in some cases, he orchestrated kidnappings by fraud to isolate them further. A scheme unravelled in 2002 when the mother of one victim alerted authorities, leading to his arrest at Heathrow Airport. He was convicted in 2005 at Blackfriars Crown Court on 20 counts including 2 kidnappings, 8 deceptions and 10 thefts, initially receiving a life sentence for the kidnappings, though he served only 4 years before release in 2009 following a successful appeal that overturned some convictions. Now, I'm going to read further in this, but I'm sure this wasn't the end of his stuff because
no, because it tells you in the next paragraph.
Ah, right, okay.
The problem with Grokkipedia is it gives you all of the information up front, so it's spoilers.
So after his release, Hendy-Freegard broke.
I think Grokkipedia is like that thing, it blurts all that out and then it goes record scratch. You're probably wondering how I got here.
Well, it's probably trying to give you the most salient information first, and it's up to you whether you want to read more. But the thing is, I'm sure there's a bit where he ends up working at the whiskey shop in Oxford because he's just like, students in Oxford are very, very clever. But, the cream of the crop comes to Oxford.
Oh, you're so clever. You're such a clever... Who's a clever student? You're so clever.
You're so clever and smart and rich.
Yeah.
I know the last bit you wouldn't say.
You are very clever. Who's a clever?
Yeah, I find it
Ian
very
says,
attractive.
"Can you read the rest in yellow face?" No, don't read the rest in yellow face. Hobbit.
Do you know? For some reason, I was reminded of this story my grandfather told me, and it was like he went to the fish and chip shop in his town, and it was being run by this Chinese couple at the time who, bless them, it was the late 60s, early 70s. Their English wasn't so great. And they hadn't quite conned on to the fact that there's supposed to be pauses in between words.
Yeah.
So the usual rejoinder of a fish and chip salesman would be, "Do you want salt and vinegar?" Which in their case would be contracted to, "You want Salfinger?" And Macron's like, I don't want a sore finger. I like my fingers how they are. It's like, no, you want salt vinegar. It's like, I'll have some salt. All right then. Okay, you'll go have salt now. Yeah. So,
He's demanding yellow face from me.
can I read one paragraph as a China shop salesman?
No, because no one will understand it.
After his release, Hendy-Freegard relocated to rural France around 2015.
Anyway, you can't do any of Yellowface anyway, because as I've learnt from the boys, the most evil, vicious, evil racist ever once called someone yellow.
Yeah.
What, Tina Engine Lady?
No, the Jewish woman that was a Nazi in the boys.
Okay.
She once called somebody yellow. That's how racist she was, Hobbit.
This reminds me of Sons of Zionism, where like the Aryan Brotherhood drug dealers are buying drugs from the black criminal gang, and then the Aryan Brotherhood.
Hobbit, it was the Mexicans. Actually,
okay, and then the Aryan Brotherhood, who are totally racist, exile one of their members because he said disparaging remarks about the black gangbanger, what is black, and is a gangbanger that we have bought drugs from, the Aryan Brotherhood, buying drugs from blacks.
Yeah.
Sons of Zionism, everybody. It was a great show.
Yeah.
What's his name? The guy who looks like Alf. No, the Abominable Snowman.
Are you happy now, Donny? Are you happy now, Donny?
Him, yeah, the beetling brow. He's the narrator for the Fallout games. He's got Ron Perlman, that's it. Not to be confused with Ron Jeremy, although I'm sure they go to the same temple.
Yeah.
So, Hendy-Freegard relocated to rural France around 2015, where he lived under a false identity with his partner, Sandra Clifton.
Wow, he was rehabilitated. He sure was rehabilitated, wasn't he? This rehabilitation, it works every time, doesn't it?
Oh, and he spotted a gap in the market. He operated an illegal beagle breeding business. In 2022, he fled police questioning by ramming his car into two officers.
Did he pick illegal beagles because it rhymes?
he saw a gap in the market, an opportunity. It was just like, you know what? There's money to be made here with unlicensed beagle farming.
Yeah.
So to avoid
actually it's irregular beagle farming. You bigot.
It's undocumented beagle farming.
Yes, it's undocumented. They're just what? No beagles are illegal, bigot.
These beagles are illegal, though.
They can't be. No human being is illegal, so no beagle is either. No illegal beagles in here.
He fled police questioning by ramming his car into two officers in the village of Vidaliat.
Have you seen this on Cop?
Well, no, I don't think so, because I don't think they have dash cam footage in France. Oh no, they do have some dash cam. I saw one really good motorcycle chase. Vidaliat injuring them, which led to his 2025 conviction and 6-year prison sentence for violence against public officials.
They just can't seem to keep him out of prison, can they?
His story gained renewed attention through the 2022 Netflix documentary series The Puppet Master, Hunting the Ultimate Con Man, which highlighted the long-term trauma inflicted on survivors and ongoing patterns of coercive control. So when was he working in the whiskey shop then?
Maybe we'll find out education, maybe in his early life or education and early career.
Early life, childhood and family background.
Yeah.
Robert Hendy-Freegard was born Robert Freegard on the 1st of March 1971. Are we too late to say happy birthday, Robert Hendy-Freegard?
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, about a month out, I bet.
No, we're like a week out.
A month?
Oh, we're
1st of March, not the 1st of April.
Oh, okay. Well, happy birthday, Robert Freegard. In the Kilton district of Worksop, Nottinghamshire, England. He was raised primarily by his mother, Roberta Freegard.
Well, you know, the dad was. You got to admit, the dad knew he was a wrong un. The dad was out of there before he could even get his surname.
Following the separation of his parents early in his life, no public records detail his father's identity.
Mumsy didn't love him enough, so he used to make stories up.
Identity or profession, and there is no documented information regarding siblings. Hendy-Freegard grew up in a working-class environment in rural Nottinghamshire.
He had undocumented siblings.
There's no documented information regarding siblings.
Oh, okay. So he didn't have undocumented siblings then.
Characteristic of many families the age of the 1970s and 1980s. Limited details are available about his formative years, but he left school at age 15 without qualifications, reflecting a standard upbringing in a modest household amid the region's industrial...
So he lived... What a weird sentence. Hendy-Freegard grew up in a working-class environment in rural Nottinghamshire, characteristic of many families in the area. Well, he's not going to live like families that don't live in the area, is he? What a stupid sentence.
Yeah, so...
That's very journalistic, that sentence.
It is, isn't it? In adulthood, Freegard adopted the hyphenated name of Hendy-Freegard, recording Hendy from a previous relationship with a woman named Maria Hendy, with whom he had 2 children. The change may have served personal or later deceptive purposes. No anecdotal evidence of early behavioural traits such as interest in storytelling or authority figures has been publicly documented from this period.
I've just got something to say I've found on another page. Robert David Freegard was born in Derbyshire in 1971. Raised by his mother, Freegard and his sister moved from town to town throughout their childhood.
Wait, where did they move from?
No, Freegard and his sister moved from town to town throughout their childhood. Freegard and his sister. You know, the undocumented sibling.
But there's no document.
You need choosing.
I'm thinking, there may be some information that's hallucinated here, but I'll carry on reading this thing, and then we can sort of correct it later on.
Yeah.
So, education and early career. No record of Hendy-Freegard pursuing higher education. I'm going to call him Bobby from now on. And reports from, because that's a mouthful, Hendy-Freegard. And reports from his later trial.
Do you want me to take over from this other page, because it is better written and it's a lot more.
Oh, right. Well, where's the bit where he's working in Oxford in the whiskey shop?
Well, we'll find out.
Yeah,
mate, you might have to Google that, mate. So Robert David Freegard, born in Derbyshire in 1971, he had a sister who was undocumented, apparently, according to Grokipedia. So in The Puppet Master, Jay Cheshires writes that Freegard's former classmates remember him as a socially awkward child who kept to himself and enjoyed pranks, like pretending he worked for MI5. Freegard struggled in school, and at 14 years he decided to drop out. The saga of Freegard's fraud begins in his hometown, where he began dating a 26-year-old schoolteacher named Alison Hopkins. The brief relationship ended in 1992 when Alison discovered he had stolen her credit card and cleaned out her bank account, despite bragging to her that he was extraordinarily wealthy. She also loaned him $1,500, equivalent to about $4,000 in 2022, for business startup costs. But he'd simply pocketed them. Wow. This Alison, highly educated teacher, you don't get much more intelligent. How is he managing to dupe these highly intelligent women?
So, according to Brave Search, it says there is no record of a con man who specifically worked at the whiskey shop in Oxford. But I remember reading a story about this.
Why is Pete Hegseth trying to cover up that he worked in the whiskey shop? By farting.
I'm gonna find out this stuff.
Penniless and feeling duped, Alison tried to end the relationship. Freegard acted so viciously that Alison decided to leave town. She moved 200 miles away to Newport, Shropshire. When Freegard found out, he followed her to Shropshire. Alison was terror-stricken to find her ex-boyfriend. That's the way it's written. Don't blame me. Breaking into her house, according to the Birmingham Post, republished by the Free Library. Freegard he was seething. Cope and seethe, Freegard was seething that Alison had rejected him. Told friends that he was planning to kidnap her. These friends turned him into the police, and Freegard appeared in court on kidnapping charges in January 1993. Freegard decided to stay in Shropshire briefly, and then find a reason to... Decided to stay in Shropshire briefly, then find a reason to skip town. The reason appeared in the form of 3 students from Harper Adams Agricultural College: Maria Hendy, Sarah Smith, and John Atkinson. All three were from wealthy farming families. The three became regulars at the bar where Freegard, who had adopted the name Rob, had picked up work as a bartender. Rob started
we can call him Rob then.
Yeah. No, it's Rob in quotation marks.
There's a Channel 4 documentary called My Boyfriend, the MI5 Hoaxer, and that was in 2010.
Yeah.
And his name was Wayne something. I'm just waiting for it to
you
finishing.
Thinking of a different one. Is this another bloke who managed to con highly educated women?
But this was in Oxford and not in Shropshire. Not Shropshire. No, Newport in Shropshire, yeah. So I'm going to sort of insert this into it because we're talking about con men who claim to be MI5 agents.
Yeah.
So this matches the story of Wayne Gouveia, sometimes referred to in reports as Walter Mitty-style fantasist, who worked as a sales assistant in the whiskey shop on Till Street in Oxford city centre. It was around 2007 to 2009. The court case was in February 2009.
Oh, Nick Pope is dead. The long vaunted Fortean fight between him and Thingy won't happen.
0-0.
Yeah, Zero won't be able to have his fight with Nick Pope, the government dope, as Zero
we should reach out to Zero for comment on this because I think he has the right to reply.
I think his right to reply would be ha ha.
So the shop in 7 Till Street is a well-known specialist in whiskies, liqueurs and spirits, which aligns with your buying whiskey and possibly mead or similar there, as they stock a wide range of drinks and gifts. And they
could
were
it
selling...
actually be that you did work for MI5 because there was a well-known Mossad agent that used to have a shop in Oxford, wasn't there?
Well, yes, but I think the shop was a front for his intelligence.
I don't think
gathering.
so. Everything Robert Maxwell did was above board.
Yes, it definitely was, and he didn't do anything as a tax fiddle, except for Oxford United football team, and also the Daily Mirror and the Oxford Mail. But
that was a
never
pension
mind.
fund scam.
Yeah, it's not a tax fiddle. It's a completely different kettle of fish. So Guiva, then 25, from Bicester, or Bister as the locals call it, but it's Bicester, because you have to be bisexual to live in Bicester. He was dating Leanne McCarthy, who's 21, who worked in a jewellery shop right next door on Till Street. Really?
See, he would have been better off trawling the colleges because they're highly educated women. There's no way they'd get fooled by a con man, is there?
I don't remember a jewellery shop on Till Street, but I do remember a barber's, and there was this pub sort of a bit sort of nestled in. You had to walk through an alleyway to get to it. It's not the one I took you to. It's a different one. To impress and scam her, he claimed he was an undercover MI5 agent, or sometimes an undercover policeman, planted in the whiskey shop specifically to monitor her boss. He spun an elaborate James Bond-style tale that her boss was planning an armed robbery or insurance scam involving diamonds.
Armed robbery or insurance scam? Why, the two things very, very similar?
Well, it's one or the other. And it's involving diamonds, and he was trying to kill Leanne by sending her
forever.
And he was going to try and kill Leanne by sending her anthrax-laced mail. So he convinced her to hand over all her post, including bank cards and pins, so he could check it for contamination. He also took her on a fake stakeouts and covert operations around Oxford.
Yeah.
I just got a feeling he's going to be at Rose Hill. It's just like, yeah, we got to watch these drug deals. And it's like, they're selling crack. Quick, go in there and buy some crack for me.
Yeah.
I've got to test it for anthrax. Got her to sign a fort.
Is that how a mutual friend of ours got started?
Look, I'm not saying Rose Hill is the place to buy crack cocaine and other black market drugs, but if you're really if you're really fiending for drugs and you end up at Rose Hill, Oxford, somebody will be able to help you out.
Someone will scratch that itch for you.
If you walk around and you look like you're desperately in need of drugs, somebody will be able to help you in Rose Hill, Oxford. So he got her to sign a forged Official Secrets Act document so she could join MI5.
By forged, do we mean made up or do we mean forged?
Well, it says forged
So
here.
for it to be forged, he'd have to have access to the original, which may mean that he wasn't faking it.
Ah. He staged a fake burglary. Oh no, it's just a fake burglary you're on there. It wasn't a real one.
Yeah, it's just a fake. It's just a fake burglary. You're on, Nick that stuff and pawned it.
Oh, so he staged a fake burglary at their flat while they were on holiday in Tenerife to cover up stealing her money. In total, he defrauded her for around £13,800 to £14,000. Well, that's a pretty accurate assessment. So
he's done all right. What's a couple of grand between scammers?
Well, I mean, you know, they're saying, look, plus or minus 200 quid we can't account for. The low estimate is 13,800. He showered her with expensive gifts. What, paid for with her own money? Yeah, paid for with her own money. And claimed the cash came from his secret agent work. I'm just sorry, just like, oh, he's so generous to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's funny, the more he spends on me, the less money I have. It's just fucking weird. I just can't figure it out.
Yeah, it's something to do with the MI5. They got scan all my money for digital anthrax. The story got national coverage at the time.
My purse has got a virus and he's had to have it virus checked.
Yeah. The story got national coverage at the time. The Mirror, Telegraph,
It should have
Mail.
national coverage. This woman should be fucking nationally humiliated.
And you just need to be made an example of. And it was turned into a Channel 4 documentary called My Boyfriend, the MI5 Hoaxer. First aired around 2010, which is probably what you read or saw. There is a much smaller scale con that the more famous Robert Hendy-Freegard, the MI5 imposter case.
Oh right, can we go back to Robert?
Well, he says he was a barman cow salesman, not in an Oxford whiskey shop. Gavia's story is the one that fits your description exactly. Right shot, right scene, right MI5 claim, and the time frame is close enough given these things stick in the memory. So, anyway, who's this Robert Hendy Freeman Smith Jones?
That reason appeared in the form of 3 students from Harper Adams Agricultural College: Maria Hendy, Sarah Smith, and John Atkinson. All 3 were from wealthy farming families and highly intelligent. They were so intelligent, really intelligent. The 3 became regulars at the bar where Freegard, who had adopted the name Rob. It's weird, isn't it, that the bloke called Robert has adopted the name Rob. Where did he get that name from? Had picked up work as a bartender. Rob started dating Maria in 1992, and 1 month later he began befriending her roommate, John. Oi up, John. Hey up, John.
Oi, Johnny.
Yeah, one late night at the bar, Freegard revealed he wasn't actually a bartender. He was a secret agent working for MI5. Freegard was undercover investigating an alleged IRA militia cell at John's College, where one of John's classmates had recently killed himself after being convicted of IRA gun running. Do you really think he killed himself? Freegard, aged 21, asked his new friend. The saga of events that unfolded next is a wild journey that described in the 3-part No, I'm not advertising Netflix. And in nearly end. However, I will advertise Raid Shadow Legends, which is an excellent fighting game, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's right. It's a fighting game, sure.
Yeah. And in nearly endless British press coverage from the mid 2000s, in brief, Freegard convinces John Atkinson to lie about having terminal cancer and coerce his roommates into joining Robin himself on a road trip. According to the BBC, Freegard reveals they are all now targets of an IRA plot and must cut contact with their families for their own safety. They're missing out some of the bits I heard in the podcast earlier. Apparently, Freegard just used to humiliate this John fella. He used to make him act effeminately and wear effeminate clothes.
No.
So basically, like, I think John was going out with this other bird. It wasn't Maria. And he just, like, said, no, you got to say you got terminal cancer now and you can't speak to these 2 ever again. 1993 to 1995, Freegard moved the 3 from safe house to safe house, sometimes houses owned by his other victims, before he had them settled down at an apartment in Sheffield, according to rural Herefordshire, blah, blah, blah. Freegard instructed the 3 to work menial jobs so they could pay Rob's bosses for their protection.
don't want to carry on working as your highly paid job as a solicitor. Come and work at the corner shop for £6 an hour.
Because you've got to pay MI5 back for looking after you. Jesus Christ! How can anybody get upset about this? This is. I think all of these people. What's the phrase that Norm Macdonald used to use? Hobbit.
I believe everybody involved in this story should be killed.
Rob was often absent for extended periods of time on business. In actuality, he was maintaining his other cons, as noticed in Regina versus Hendy-Freegard. He did, however, find time to have 2 children with Maria Hendy, despite the fact he would later virtually abandon them. One of Freegard's more bizarre cons from their time in Sheffield was his relationship with Simon Young, a jeweller. Freegard befriended Simon, then told him he was being recruited. Freegard extorted no money from Simon, but sent him on various humiliating operations. For one of these operations, Freegard sent Simon on a mission, instructing him as to exactly which doors he should use and which escalators, stairs and bus routes he should take. Freegard instructed him to ride public transportation, ostentatiously reading a copy of the Gay Times. Simon was then instructed to purchase a can opener for £1.25.
Is the Gay Times affiliated with Pink News at all?
Probably.
Did it have to get closed down?
Didn't it used to be printed on pink paper like the Financial Times used to be? I'm pretty sure it did.
But I'm assuming so. I've never heard of this publication. I'm just wondering if their publication got closed down after it was found that the editors were
I wonder, you know, whether it was affiliated with Gay Times, because I'm pretty sure the Gay Times used to be printed on pink paper, and I think that's why the Pink News is called the Pink News.
I thought the Pink News was called the Pink News because you know when the evil Nazis did the hecking Nazism, and they were being Nazis, and they're like, well, you've got to wear this pink band so that people know that you're a choir.
So Simon was then instructed to purchase a can opener for £1.25. Then enter a specific bar establishment and cryptically deliver it to the barman. The barman understandably was confused, but Simon was instructed he would be acting that way as a test. Surely you should be smelling a rat by now. Like the only way you can be safe by the MI5 is to buy a can opener and give it to a barman. Weirdly.
Speaking of Brummies, right, that we got a new euphemism, right? So there's this Welsh town, it's a Welsh seaside town. They raised £6,000 to mount a legal challenge to stop 30 affordable homes being built amid fears that people from Birmingham could move in. Well, you all know the people from Birmingham, their names aren't John Smith, are they?
Oh dear. So
Kevin Turley.
One of his most abused victims was Elizabeth Bartholomew, who met Freegard in 1996 while babysitting his children. When the two began an affair, Freegard, again being targeted by the IRA, ordered her to cut contact with her family or he would send explicit photos to her husband. Early in the relationship, Freegard began subjecting her to increasingly severe loyalty tests. As a test ordered by his bosses, Freegard made Elizabeth, a white woman, dress up in traditional Indian wedding sari with a bindi and bangles and then ride the public bus. A lot of his humiliation rituals involve the public bus, don't they? He also ordered her to pretend to be a Jehovah's Witnesses so his bosses would let him marry her, alter her appearance and change her last name. But apparently what he did, he made her dye her hair blonde also to wear with the sari so she could blend in.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
Fucking blonde. Yeah, okay.
He's extremely female because he does do a lot of shit tests and they fail every single shit test, don't they?
I think there's some people really get off on manipulating others.
Yeah. I think there must also be some other people that really get off on being an idiot and giving their money away. By 1997, Freegard had extorted over $300,000 from John Atkinson's family and over $200,000 from Sarah Smith's. After Freegard sent John on another prolonged mission involving a fake letter from Nigel Carter Baines, John, with the help of his family, finally refused Freegard's demands. He was able to cut contact in 1997, although not after meeting with Freegard one final time when, according to the Puppet Master, Freegard ordered him to strip down to his boxers to check he wasn't bugged. Among Freegard, I mean, this guy just enjoys humiliating idiots, doesn't he?
I think it's kind of like, what shit can I convince them? I know. Let's convince this solicitor to work in a cash and carry.
Among Freegard's other victims was Leslie Gardner, whom he met in a nightclub, introducing himself as an employee of British Nuclear Fuels. I'm in this nightclub on behalf of British Nuclear Fuels, who he defrauded of 16 grand. Despite his frequent absences from Maria Hendy, Freegard married her and changed his name to Robert Hendy-Freegard.
Look, you don't understand, love, right? I've got this really toxic polonium, and currently I've got it in a Tupperware box, but it's not really radioactive proof, so I'm going to need about 16 grand so I can put it into a lead container and safely dispose of it.
I take it British Nuclear Fuels obviously get a lot of loans from nightclub owners?
Well, you know, that
because he didn't bat an eye. He wasn't like, hold on a minute, why is British Nuclear Fuels asking me for a loan? So they must go in there and get loans from nightclub owners all of the time.
Have you ever heard of this term, duper's delight? Because I remember...
he must have been having duper's orgasms, mustn't he? This is beyond duper's delight, isn't it?
Because I remember during the time of the Panda Pops social experiment, we covered that in one of our previous episodes. There was this chap who was working for the government. Was it Robert Jenrick?
Yeah.
But he was like really sort of rubbing his hands and had this smug shit-eating grin on his face, saying about like, oh, we'll need to extend the lockdowns for the foreseeable future. It's to flatten the curve. And I'm just thinking, this guy must have duper's like just like, can I convince this bint I met in the nightclub that I work for British Nuclear Fuels that I need 16 grand or there's going to be radiation everywhere? And she knows about Chernobyl. Do you remember Chernobyl, love? You don't want that to happen in England, do you?
Yeah.
Well, give us 16 grand and I'll make the problem disappear. You'll be doing the nation a favour. No, we can't ask the government for this, you see, because it's just not a good tax year for the government.
Yeah. The con had become pretty financially lucrative by this point. While his wife and 2 children were on the brink of eviction, Freegard was spending tens of thousands on luxury goods. He bought a Rolex watch, tailor-made suits, and no less than 7 BMWs. By 1988, Freegard became a regular at the Volkswagen dealership in Chiswick, London, where he found his charm worked well on the women and decided to get a job there. I'm just gonna hang around the Volkswagen dealership until they give me a job. Like, what is going on here?
You know what? That's how things worked back in the day.
Yeah.
You just hang around a business until they go, do you want to work here? And I'm like,
you're here often enough, you might as well have a job. Do you want one?
Yeah. Actually, I will tell you, this is like the most boomer job offer I ever had once.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm walking down the George Street in Oxford, which is about a 5 minutes walk from the whiskey shop in Oxford in Till Street.
Yeah.
And
did this bloke work for MI5 and you needed a loan from your Hobbit?
Well, funny enough, what he was doing, right, was he was in this cellar of the pub, and he was getting the old empty kegs out, and he was putting them on the street where his other mate would pick them up and put them into the lorry. So I was walking there with my mate, and he's lifting a keg out, and what I do is I grab the handle and I lift it up and I put it into the lorry, and he says, "Oh, thanks, mate. Do you want a job?" And I say, I'm on my way to university at the moment, but thanks.
In 2000, Freegard... So where he decided to get a job there, he used his job at the dealership to find new victims, including Caroline Cooper, Elizabeth Bartholomew, Renata Kister, and Kimberly Adams. All of these people are real people, and their votes are just as valuable as yours.
Yes. So Renata Keeper, her vote, when she votes for Labour, that cancels out your vote for somebody that's not Labour. I'm not going to say who that's going to be.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to curry favour or be seen to be interfering with politics in the UK.
In 2000, Freegard, still married to Maria Hendy, rekindled his relationship with Elizabeth. After convincing her to take out a 14 grand loan on his behalf and leave her husband, Freegard ordered, well, what's that thing? A man will give up everything for his family, whereas a woman will give up her family for a man or something. Is that the phrase?
I don't know. All I know in this story is he knows how to fucking pick them, doesn't he?
And there are a few out there, aren't there? Yeah, this is some weird shit. So after convincing her to take out a 14 grand loan on his behalf and leave her husband, Freegard ordered her to go live on the streets as punishment for failing a test. She was ordered to sleep on a park bench in the cold without a jacket, food, money or sanitary pads for days and weeks at a time on multiple occasions. Eventually he stopped having sex with her, but he continued to control her, punish her, isolate her and give her new assignments, still promising marriage on and off in 96, 97 and from 2000 until his arrest. In 2000, Freegard became engaged to a 34-year-old lawyer. Now she's going to see what he's up to because she knows the law and she's highly educated. What do you think? How do you think this one's going to turn? He's really going to get his comeuppance here, isn't he?
I think she's going to be like, you must think I'm an idiot. There's no way I'd fall for such an obvious scam.
Yeah. So then he became engaged to a 34-year-old lawyer named Caroline Cooper. In 2001, Maria Hendy and her children were evicted. Maria left Freegard later that year after he assaulted her once again. In 2002, one beating weren't enough. In 2002, Caroline also left Freegard. After the breakup, she started to investigate his past with the help of Sarah's father, finally got the attention of Scotland Yard. Meanwhile, Freegard was already seeing 31-year-old Kimberly Adams, and the two became engaged in 2002. Among bizarre instructions, Freegard made Adams quit her job as a school counsellor because she had AIDS.
What?
You've got AIDS, you can't have a job there no more. What?
You don't want to give your aid to the children now, do you? Come on, be responsible, love.
According to Adams in the Birmingham Post and Mail, he also tried to convince her to move to a lighthouse in the Hebridean Islands for 25 years so the two could monitor Russian submarines. By this point, Freegard had stolen over 22 grand from Adams, 22 grand from Cooper, 25 grand from Kister, and
22 grand a year to date a fucking knobhead.
And 14,000. To be fair, they should be paying him because these people are fucking idiots.
I'd just like to think that these women went on to work for their local councils afterwards, and they were like, yeah here's 197 million pounds to do a consultation on the Stonehenge bypass tunnel and not fucking implement it and show nothing for the work. 197 million right, so here's the thing, right, and I'm sure you'll find this in any town, but the town Jeremy Clarkson's in, Chipping Norton, it's got this double roundabout next to the petrol station. And they were like, this is an accident and traffic black spot in the town. Shall we do something about it? So they did a consultation. This is Oxfordshire, West Oxfordshire County Council, the one which he has a lot of trouble with when he's trying to do planning permission on his farm. And £19 million later, they said, let's keep it as it is. Thank you for £19 million.
Yeah. I remember where I used to live. There's a particularly bad junction, so they turned it into a roundabout. The roundabout didn't work, so then they turned it back to lights.
Nice. Very nice. I seem to. With that story as well, I just think of like Cornmarket Street, also in Oxford. And in that they had they repaved it, and I remember the cost. It amounted to, which I think is pretty decent compared to the fraud we have now, £22,000 per square yard to repave it.
Fucking hell, that's still an incredible amount of money, though, isn't it?
Yeah, and this was in early 2000s money, not like in modern monopoly money that we got now.
Yeah.
And in it, there was this. The thing which made me laugh, right, was Now, this was the time when Gordon Brown sold off all our gold, because it's like, oh, gold's cheapest its price it's ever been historically. Let's sell it all off. And, Mr. Epstein bought it all up, by the way.
Gordon Brown was a fantastic... he was the Chancellor for years, weren't he? So he knew all
yeah,
that.
Yeah, so
he knew that you buy high and sell low, don't you?
Well, he's just like, oh, gold's $220 an ounce. Well, it's time to sell like the National Reserve of England then, because somehow I got authority to do that.
Oh, and then was it Theresa May that sold off all of the gas reserves? That turned out to be a good idea.
Yeah, well, I think Gaylord Manderson. Now, I say Gaylord Manderson because he was a member of the House of Lords and he's a homosexual. So, Gaylord Manderson told his buddy Jeffrey Epstein, saying,
"He's a right Gaylord, isn't he?"
Yeah, Gordon Brown, my good chum and bum chum, is going to be putting all this gold on the market. You want to buy it? And Jeffrey Epstein said, money, 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 money. And he did, which I just thought was an interesting story. Now, I worked out Cornmarket Street for £22,000. They could have paved the entire street with gold, and it could have been 3 millimeters thick at that price at the time. Oh, and that's not the best of it, right? So in Cornmarket Street, they got these benches, and they're called anti-homeless benches, so you can't lay down on them. And also, because they're angled in a certain way, you can't really sit on them either. You can just sort of lean on them, but it's a bit shit. Each of those benches, which to me looks to be about like £200 to £300 worth of concrete and steel, guess how much they cost?
Don't know.
£250,000 each.
A bargain.
Someone somewhere got a nice villa in Tuscany from making those fucking benches.
So anyway, per Independent, with the help of a sting involving Kim's parents, Scotland Yard and the FBI, Freegard was arrested in May 2003 and charged with a long list of crimes.
Hemi.
What?
Hemi. So I'm thinking about this Freegard, right? And the fact that they eventually arrest him for doing fraud.
Yeah.
And the thing is, they can't be honest about this stuff, because let's face it, right? One of the most corrupt countries in the world, and I'm sure you'll say, oh, but my country's more corrupt, or at least they're open about it. The most corrupt country in the world is the United Kingdom. And I think the reason Scotland Yard nabbed this guy was because it's like, look, buddy.
Well, he's a punter. He's doing it independently. Like he should really be kicking some up to the. It's the mafia, isn't it? He's not kicking up, is he?
We don't like the competition.
Yeah.
So you can go fuck yourself.
Generally, they're not that bothered about people just scamming the plebs, though, are they?
Well, they don't mind if you've got a Turkish barbershop and you're laundering drug money, because you do kick your money up when you do that.
Yeah.
And that's why you can have multiple
that's why
Turkish
you have to give the mob boss a little taste. I've learnt this from watching the Sopranos.
Yeah, and it's like this is how you can have 5 Turkish barbers.
Craig Wilson's correct me. A man will give up his happiness for a family. A man will give up his happiness for his family. A woman will give up her family for her happiness.
I don't know why women are so selfish now, and it's criminal.
I think they always have been a bit.
I guess this is why we had civilization, which was sort of deeply misogynistic.
How about not remember the parable of Adam and Eve?
Yeah.
Well, I was also thinking, the story of Samson and Delilah as well. That could probably there's more than one case where women have fucked over a man, and the man should have known better, but he was thinking with his dick.
Yeah.
But it's like, this is how you can have in a town with a population of barely 10,000. It's just like, well, here's 17 Turkish barbers.
Yeah. So anyway, after police located a hotel room in the French Alps containing various missing women's passports, they began to search for his victims. In summer 2003, they found Sarah working for Renard Takista as a housekeeper, having been instructed by Freegard to pretend she did not speak English. Oh, that's the other thing. He also made her live in a bathroom for 7 weeks. She had to eat and everything in the bathroom.
Do you know, that in its story itself sounds crazy, but that reminds you of the story of there was this bloke, right, and he had a wife, and for the past year she'd been stuck to the toilet.
Oh,
and
it was longer than that, wasn't it? About 2 years or something.
Yeah, and eventually, the fireman had to sort of come in to prise her from the seat because I don't know, she had problems with her legs or something.
She'd
and there was a
grown
thing
into
like
the seat, hadn't she? The seat
well, but there's
like
it's like, hey, are you gonna shit on the pot or get off? And she's like, no, I'm fine. It's like, okay, well, stay there for the next 2 years, I guess.
Yeah.
And like the next door neighbours are saying, well, I never saw much of her to begin with, but I'm surprised she stayed on the toilet seat for 2 years.
It reminds me of that other one. There was a story I read ages ago where a woman had been told by a doctor she needed bed rest, but he didn't specify a time. So I think she ended up laying in the bed for about 60 years. It's a fucking stupid story.
You know, in some of this stuff, it's kind of just like.
But the other bit is bed rest.
The doctor said, you can't get out of bed. So she literally took it. So she took it literally and stayed there for about 60 years until someone said, "What are you laying in bed for? You don't need to be laying in bed."
It's like, well, 60 years ago, the doctor told me I need bed rest. Like, love, look, they're supposed to be like for a couple of weeks until you get better.
You fucking dumbass.
It's like, well, I'm not better, am I? So I better stay in here.
So he must have given her the butterflies. That's why she stayed in bed.
But the other bit as well is just like, there's people that enable this sort of behaviour, and like nobody at any point sort of says, love, you can't live like this. And like, look, I don't know about you, right, but I make no bones about it, right? I'm a hobbit, I am fat, and after a while of sitting on the chair, I get uncomfortable. It's like I want to go and like do something else. And when I lay in my bed at night, I sort of sigh in relief because it's like, the pressure.
The bathroom, as I've woken up drunk in the bathroom many a time, the bathroom isn't the most comfortable of places to sleep.
No, and it is. I sigh in relief when I lay on the bed because it's like, oh, that's relief on my arse. And it's like, imagine you've been sat in the same porcelain frame for 2 fucking years.
Well, this woman living in a bathroom, there's not exactly a great deal of stuff to do in a bathroom, is there? Apart from the obvious.
I guess she was easily amused.
I guess I'll just have my 20th shower of the day.
Yeah. How many times can I take a shit a day? Yeah.
Someone take, some women take all day to get ready, and it's like, well, some of them take all day and they never get ready.
Yeah. Anyway, so back to so Elizabeth was not located until. It says fall for some reason. She must have fell over. I think they mean autumn. In 2003, when she was found in Dunton Bassett, living at a hotel with her body covered in sores. Smith, Atkinson, Cooper, Adams, and Young all testified at his highly publicised trial, which took place at the Crown Court of Blackfriars. Freegard initially had 4 lawyers, but 3 quit out of professional embarrassment. Freegard was convicted on 20 counts, 2 counts of kidnapping, 3 counts of procuring the execution of valuable security by deception. Did you even know that was a crime? Procuring the execution of a valuable security by deception. 5 counts of obtaining money by deception and 10 counts of theft. He was sentenced to life in prison, as reported by the Guardian. Because another thing that apparently went on as well is that he refused to have a psychiatric review, and then they actually did the psychiatric review. He made sure it was buried, and also that no one's allowed to see it either.
Yeah, sure, why not?
So okay then, so he gets life. He gets sentenced to life in prison. In 2007, so this is 2005. 2 years later, Freegard appealed the kidnapping charges, arguing that Sarah and John could have left him at any time. In 2009, Freegard won the appeal. The kidnapping convictions were overturned, and Freegard was released from prison. Freegard began dating a woman named Sandra Clifton in 2012 and is now living somewhere in France or England, working on buying and selling pedigree dogs. Freegard insists he has changed.
Beagles.
Illegal beagles. And has told the press he's tired of being vilified for senseless mistakes. Senseless mistakes. In 2014, Clifton moved with Freegard, who now goes by David Clifton, and cut off all contact with her family. So he's still doing it.
Yeah. Oh, well. Fraser, what do you make of this story? I mean, especially the appeal bit. That seems a bit on the nose to me.
Yeah.
It is a bit.
Let's see if the Wikipedia's got any more. Because I want to know what he's doing now. Because I've got to say, Grokkapedia was a bit wank.
Yeah, it needs it needs a bit of work.
What the fuck is WikiWand?
Wait, you tell me.
What else? Let's have a look through here. 2022. Oh, okay. So, I found some 2022. 26th of August 2022, a British man who the French media identified as Hendy-Freegard caused severe injuries in two gendarmes in a hit and run after a veterinary health inspection of his dog breeding facilities in Vidaliat, France. You ever heard of that place?
Yeah, it's sort of twins with Magny-en-Vexin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the 2nd of September, after being on the run for 8 days, he was apprehended by the Dilbeek police in Groot-Bijgarden, near Brussels. Oh, he fled to Brussels, I bet. Following the insistence of a European arrest warrant, he was travelling alone. On 3rd of September, he appeared before a Belgian magistrate and was detained pending his extradition to France. On the 15th of September, the Brussels Council Court authorised Hendy-Freegard's extradition to France. On the 19th of September, the prosecutor's office confirmed that he had appealed against the he does like an appeal, the old boy, doesn't he? Hendy-Freegard was handed over to be fair, he does all right out of an appeal, so I don't see
I was going to say, he had a convincing chat with the magistrates, and they're like, oh yeah, you're obviously, your heart's in the right place. Yeah.
So Hendy-Freegard was handed over to the French authorities on 17th of October. He appeared before judges in Limoges on 20th of October, where he was indicted for the aligned attempted murder of persons holding public authority and was held in pre-trial detention at Limoges Remand Centre. At his trial at court in Guéret in 2025, Hendy-Freegard was found guilty on the charge of violence against public officials with aggravating circumstances, sentenced to 6 years in prison in February 2025. They do time served in France, do you know?
No idea, mate. Now, the only thing I know about the French legal system is they still have Napoleonic law, which means that if it's not explicitly condoned, it's illegal.
Yeah.
Whereas we are subject to common law, and so is America. Common law is, if it's not expressly forbidden, it's allowed.
Yeah.
Which is an important distinction.
And unless you have a Labour government.
Yeah. I don't know. I do not know.
So there we go. That's him. Hold on. I found some more stuff. In 2000, Hendy-Freegard met a lawyer, Caroline Cooper, who was a customer at a car dealership in Chiswick. So I'm just fleshing some of this out. West London. He helped her change her car. Pocketed the difference, asked for more, persuaded her to give more money for leasing a business they would run together, stole 14 grand from her building society account. They later became lovers and went on holidays all over the world. They then became engaged before her family intervened. When the leasing car did not materialise, he told her the Polish mafia had taken it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh no, love. The house, we were in Tenerife and got burgled. Oh, it's terrible. Oh no.
Yeah.
That's why all your money's gone.
Who else have we got? 1996, Hendy-Freegard told a woman in Newcastle, Leslie Gardner, he needed money to buy off IRA killers who had been released after the Good Friday Agreement. She gave him 16 grand over 6 years. He also sold her car and again kept the money. For fuck's sake.
You know who, like the two we cover today? I mean, there's Robert Hendley Smith Feely Balls, whatever his name is. He keeps changing it like one would change his socks. And then the other one, sort of John Wayne Gracie or whatever his name was. Like, I'm sort of thinking about these stories, and it's like, do you know who they remind me of?
Oh my God.
They remind me of Chris Mitchell.
Oh.
Love, can I borrow 20 quid? I'll see you, right?
Yeah. Yeah, could have bought a £2.50 for the kebab.
They remind me of somebody else who asked me like for 30 quid to buy like a present for his son on the
At
Sunday.
midnight.
Yeah, well, it was about 11 p.m. on the Sunday.
I've got to run out urgently. Toys R Us have got a sale on.
It's like, what sort of toys are there for sale in the corner shop with Boss Man at 11 p.m.? Would one of those toys be like 3 bottles of Magnum, the tonic wine?
He probably does the bit, the bit from Mitchell and Webb, the alky that goes in the shop.
Yeah.
I'm just going to buy some toys for the kiddies.
The kids have been so good. They deserve some treats.
But then again, I'm quite thirsty.
And the kids wouldn't want me to be so thirsty now, would they? They would say...
I like the way Hendy, he targets, educated women, because educated women are so sure of themselves, aren't they? They're probably the easiest to con, aren't they?
I think was it the Milgram experiment, the Stanford prison experiment, where they're just like, yeah, it turns out people with degrees are really gullible, and you can convince them to kill people as long as you have a clipboard and say proceed.
Yeah. Oh, that's a different. That's the Is that the Milgram one? That's one you're talking
Milgram,
about?
Stanford. It's basically the "you're a gullible cunt, aren't you?" experiment.
Yeah, but he's screaming. It's all right. Carry on. Oh, okay, then fair enough.
Well, you see, you've got to carry on with this experiment to flatten the curve.
The screams mean he's enjoying it.
It says on my clipboard, I've written this word in just now in biro that says safe and effective, so please proceed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but look, she's having a fit on the floor. Well, that's just a normal immune response. Proceed with the injections.
Yeah.
Safe and effective.
But it's just so funny, the stuff he did, like that stuff about getting a bloke to go across town, buy a vegetable peeler and give it to a man who's obviously going to be very confused when you get it, but that's all part of what he's doing.
Yeah, look, he'll act confused like you're some weirdo, but you just got to play with it, right?
Yeah.
That's just an initiation. If you freak out and say, "Oh, it's time to do this," you'd be obviously failed, and you'll never work for MI5 again.
Yeah. What do you mean again? I haven't worked for him in the first place.
No, you signed this. You signed this non-disclosure agreement. You work for MI5 now.
Yeah, the forgery. I like the way they called it a forgery. It wasn't even a forgery. It was just some shit he made up.
It's like a handwritten note in crayon saying, "You agree to work for the MI5 and never dob in your boyfriend."
He does the badge in crayon. He goes, "You're now a MI5 agent. I dub you Sir Agent."
But you can never let people know you're an agent, or you'll be killed by the ROA.
Yeah. Well, he told some woman, the Sari woman. He told her that
Hang on.
What?
You're calling her Sari? That's how Americans apologise to one another.
Sari. The blonde woman in the sari to fit in.
I'm so sorry that you're gullible.
He told her there was a sniper on her flat and she couldn't go back there, but she could go back at night, and she used to crawl around on the floor at night with the lights off to get stuff in her flat.
I'm so sorry that you're gullible. Sorry. I'm so sorry.
Family.
It's
These people in this story, are they sort of people that think that Royce is smart?
They're looking at Royce and they're thinking there's a lot I could learn from this individual. He seems very knowledgeable on the subject of food.
Good Lord, these people. So
these people, they're not people, and they're not these. Because people.
So
right?
let's find some famous con artists that target women. Let's try that and see if that comes up with any. Because there's got to be more than just these two, isn't there?
Well, like I said, there was the story of Wayne Gore Bollocks. The Oxford shop guy.
A lot of women do it to each other as well.
I don't know.
Yeah, modern historical con artists who specifically target women include Sarah Rachel Russell, known as Madame Rachel, who exploited wealthy British women's vanity by selling them useless, sometimes toxic beauty potions. Let's have a look at Sarah Rachel Russell, shall we?
Well, what about do you remember when we did that story of that woman who was pretending she was a bloke and that she was going to go out with these girls? We did it
Oh,
on JDLE.
yeah. The lesbian woman.
No, she's not lesbian. She's a boy, really.
Yeah, yeah, and she can only have she can only have sex in the dark with a dildo. Although she told me it wasn't a dildo.
No, it's my penis, really. It's that hard because I'm just excited.
Oh, I've just found out Sarah Rachel Russell was born Sarah Rachel Leveson.
Levinson. Oh my god! Why did she change her name? That sounds rather fraudulent.
Yeah. Let's have a look at these things she was selling. So, like many Victorian-era cosmetics, Russell's products were often based on including substances known to be toxic, such as arsenic, corrosive sublimate. Do you know what that is, Hobbit?
I've never heard
That's
of that.
mercury chloride.
Oh, yeah. You know.
Prussic acid, which is hydrogen cyanide.
Yeah.
Lead carbonate, which is... oh, it's just lead carbonate. Was also used. However, the connection between lead and its negative health impacts would not be widely recognised until the turn of the 19th century.
Oh, come on. Even the Romans knew it was poisonous.
Enamelling, otherwise known as enamelling of the face, this cosmetic practice would be used to whiten one's skin colour and came to be due to the high demand of confining predominant English beauty standard of being fair-skinned, which resembled a symbol nobility and wealth. The dark secret of these skin whitening practices, though Russell, was that it was severely dangerous.
Skin whitening!
From copious amounts of arsenic in the mixture she used. Majority of the ingredients were poisonous and caustic and would eventually lead to skin inflammation, sometimes death, depending on how regularly the person used it.
Come on!
Can you absorb arsenic through the skin then, I take it?
Jamona!
Jamona.
I don't know.
Jamona! Yeah.
Jamona! I don't know why I would say such things.
How about Dina Wynne Rice? Reese. R-E-I-S. Why are all these surnames so odd?
What are you talking about? These are perfectly normal names. You'll be hearing from my solicitor about these accusations you're making about names.
So she was a financial criminal who employed business scams to defraud her victims of tens of millions of dollars. When she pled guilty to one count of intent to commit fraud after being charged in 2006 on 6 accounts associated with a 15-long-year series, multi-dollar client. I'm flicking through. I'm skimming through this. So what she did was she tricked manufacturers into selling their merchandise at a low price, defrauding them of tens of millions of dollars. What?
Why the manufacturers agree? It's like, hey, look, you know the normal price. Can I have it for like significantly less?
No, she got them to sell her stuff at a loss, I think.
Yeah.
What?
And the manufacturer's just like, yeah, this is how we would normally work in business. Yeah, sure, here you go, love.
So Ween Rice would sell the products to middlemen who sold them to retailers in a practice known as product diversion.
Sounds normal.
Yeah. Oh, she sold grey market products. Okay. Weird. I don't know. This ain't quite as funny as the previous stuff, was it?
No. I like the story about, like, you know, the Wayne Gorsuch or whatever his name was, working in the whiskey shop.
So what? Yeah, I'm just working on the. Oh God, 14 of the most badass female con artists of all time. Oh my.
It's
God.
bad. It's empowering to commit fraud.
Bad ass. She had a bad ass. It stunk.
Well, she had hemorrhoids.
Yeah.
Bad ass.
I can't find.
There's this song by DJ Zinc called Badass, and I remember my mates at the time, we would just sort of like sing along to it saying, Badass!
Bad arse.
Badass!
Do you want to do some unexplained histories then?
Oh, no, I want Fraser to do it.
Why?
Because I want to hear you read something.
What? Why are you unexplained mysteries not covering thingy shitting himself on stage?
Fraser, it's like normally it's either Hemi or I pick out the stories. Yeah, and I think it'd be better if you picked out like
we always do. Every single week we do a Fraser episode.
Yeah, exactly. Right, that's right.
What I'm saying is we need to return to form yet, because we're in 2026, 4 months in, and we've yet to have a Fraser episode. And I feel sort of lost at sea.
The other week.
We did do one the other week, I think.
What was it?
I don't know.
Was I here for it?
It's the stuff Fraser was talking about.
Yeah.
Often described as the UK's answer to Fox Mulder, Pope had spent decades investigating the UFO phenomenon. Born in 1965, Nick Pope rose to prominence due to his work at the Ministry of Defence, or as Zero would call him, Nick Pope, the government dope, from 1991 to 1994. And he also Zero's never going to get his fight in a pub car park with Nick Pope. I'd love to see Zero fighting someone in a pub car park.
I tell you what, if Street Beefs had Nick Pope versus Zero, that would be a fight worth watching.
That'd be the one time I wouldn't skip Street Beefs.
Are we ready for unexplained piss stories then?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah,
Nick Pope, the government dope, was on there.
Okay.
Oh god!
Right.
Due to the popularity. Also, have you ever heard Nick Pope talk? He's also a brummie, or he was also a brummie.
But he's dead now. He's a dead brum. He's an ex-brum.
Yam finding aliens. Yam.
The truth's out there.
Yeah. Is this the Matt Gates whistleblower claimed US has an alien breeding program?
Yeah, it's called EBT. Hobbit, how could you say such a thing?
I was going to say, have you seen the Bronald block? The aliens are amongst us.
or as they were cruelly called, the Black Chicken Nugget family.
Oh, no.
Oh God.
So
yeah, but I'm thinking people like Gowie. I mean, Gowie. Oh no, what's her name? She's a vampire goth queen goddess.
The vampire goth queen.
What's wrong with goths?
Well,
she's not a vampire. She's not a goth, and she's definitely not a queen either.
You guys are just jealous of how goth she is.
Yeah, goth.
She's more goth than you are, Fraser.
Purple, but she's definitely part of an alien breeding program.
Well, Cobra had to go back to the mothership, so that's why we don't see him anymore.
IC3 Joggers says that Bronald Block is the best.
Yeah, but he would say that because that's his. He looks at it and goes, "Ook, ook, eek. That's my people."
Ducka, yeah. Right, so we're doing the Matt Gates. What a fucking
is Matt
name.
Gates gay?
He puts the gay into Gates.
Yeah.
It's definitely. I think he is part of an alien breeding program. Look at his fucking forehead.
Do you remember people were saying, like, what's this pregnant man emoji about? Who the fuck's going to use that? And then you look at Bill Gates in real life and go, he is the pregnant man emoji.
That's the Bill Gates emoji, isn't it?
So the details of the secret US alien hybrid breeding program.
Ian wants you to do your Michael Jackson, but do it in yellow
Fraser.
face.
No, Fraser. It's not a secret if you read it.
How do you get?
I'm reading the article.
How do you get Linux to show thumbnails, Hobbit?
You don't.
Oh, okay then.
It depends on the file browser, and I don't understand it well enough to explain. So sorry. If you've configured it out, tell me.
Oh, News HQ, Matt Gates JPEG. Hopefully it's that one.
Oh, you're oh, you mean on OBS?
Yeah. No, in file browser, so I can show this picture of. I mean, that's a pretty alien-looking head, isn't it?
Oh, you can't drag and drop files, but if you copy and paste, that works.
No, basically, it doesn't show thumbnails in the file browsers. You kind of have to guesstimate which picture you're looking for, don't you?
Oh, it does, but you have to tell like the file browser. Well, I say you're on Zorin, that works differently to my one, but
Linux.
Yeah, you got pictures of my ass.
That is going in my ass.
I was actually doing a Christopher Walken because Christopher Walken played Zorin.
I was thinking of James Hogan.
Yeah. Odds of alien life are pretty high, says NASA's administrator. Didn't NASA for years tell us? Although we're going to do we're going to do another NASA special next week. But didn't NASA tell us for years that like there's no such thing as aliens? Stop lying.
And also, Sidonia's it's just random pareidolia, bro. It's not real.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway,
there's no artifacts.
So am I reading the article, or are we going to talk about?
I don't know. Are you?
I was going to, but Hemi's doing the bit where he interrupts you every 5 seconds.
I don't do anything like that.
That is Hemi's signature.
Right, okay.
That is about anti-Semitic canard.
Yeah.
So,
you'll be hearing from my lawyer about this.
Former rep Matt Gaetz, a peculiar story has been going the rounds this week concerning something that Gaetz, who was once in the running to be Trump's Attorney General, mentioned during a recent podcast interview. Speaking to influencer Benny Johnson on the Benny Show, Gaetz maintained that he had once been told about a secret alien breeding program during his term in office. The unnamed whistleblower had maintained that the goal of the project had been to create a human-alien hybrids to make it easier for mankind to communicate with members of the alien race. I had someone come and brief me who was in the military uniform, worked for the United States Army, and was briefing me on the locations of the hybrid breeding programs, where captured aliens were breeding with humans to create some hybrid race that could engage in intergalactic communication, Gaetz said. An actual uniformed member of the United States Army briefed me on that. According to Gaetz, the whistleblower also claimed that the humans used in the program had been abducted from war zones. In total, there were so they were breeding them with like Arabs and shit, or what?
Durka Mohammed Jihad.
Yeah,
exactly.
Durka al Durka.
So that's the reason we went to Afghanistan. Then is that what you're saying?
No, that was to fight giants.
Yeah.
and steal people to send into the alien breeding program.
Happy coincidence. Mostly it's to fight giants.
Well, obviously, if you're gonna fucking create a breeding program, you obviously want to send your brightest and best.
Also,
maybe he's just trying to widen out the Muslim gene pool.
This idea that we got to do it so we can better communicate with the aliens.
Maybe he was trying to do a thing and trying to stop the Pakistani community from inbreeding.
Is this like we got to like make hybrids with the aliens to better communicate with them? Is that like some post hoc justification for alien rape?
Well, it's like diversity built Britain, and it's like that on a bigger scale. Diversity built the Milky Way.
Are you telling me that E.T. was part of the Windrush generation?
Yeah.
And suppose in total there were allegedly as many as 12 facilities where all this had been happening. Jeez.
Isn't that kind of implied in the end of Close Encounters? Because they go off. Obviously, what are they going to be doing when they go off in the spaceship? They're going to be fucking, aren't they? As Chris Rock would say. They're going to be fucking. They're going to be
anal
fucking.
Probe. Yeah.
Rape in space.
What are they going to do on that space cruiser? They're going to be fucking is what they're going to be doing.
Yeah.
Do you remember when Mel Brooks did a trailer for a film he never released called Jews in Space?
Yeah.
We're Jews out in space. And people were upset at the time. I say people, his people were upset at the time because it's like, why are you using a famous SS marching song for the theme for Jews in Space?
It's called.
And then Mel Brooks is having to explain to these very high IQ Jews. He's saying, the reason I'm using an SS marching song for my film Jews in Space is because it's funny.
Yeah.
Have you read this one? The high-ranking FEMA official claims he was once teleported 50 miles.
I think we did, but we didn't read it. I don't think we read it in depth. If you want to read it,
well, no, I read it yesterday. Not yesterday. I read it last week, and it was like,
but
yeah, guys,
don't lie. You never remember what you did last week.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember. Look, if it's a story about teleportation, I remember okay. And the conclusion was, sometimes I wake up and the car's in a ditch, and I've got bruises and cuts I can't explain. And look, I haven't lost my driving license. It was all just a misunderstanding.
Yeah, and all the booze bottles in the house keep teleporting into the bin while I'm at work.
And someone shit in my pants.
They pissed in my pockets too.
Have we done when we dream we could be interacting with a parallel universe?
Oh,
is this why sharks never dream? Because they don't want to do that. Yeah.
Do sharks dream of parallel universes?
Oh my God! Have you seen Trump wants to build the Golden Dome?
The Golden Dome.
Is that a new McDonald's franchise?
Yeah. No, it's Trump's missile defense system even plausible? I think we've learned from the Iron Dome that no, it's not.
I think the Iron Dome proves that it works for a bit, but then when you flood it, it's just like, we can't do this anymore.
Did you see the Lotus Eaters were talking about the Iran war? And they said just basically this ceasefire stuff is just so they can clear out the tunnels, ready for the start of the next barrage as soon as the fucking ceasefire. The ink's dry on the ceasefire.
I was going to say the ceasefire gives a chance for both sides to rearm and get ready for round two.
Exactly. Yeah. That's all it is, isn't it? It's just a breather. It's a break. It's half time.
Well, whatever happens, Israel's just going to go, fuck you, we're not doing it anyway.
Well, they did that already, didn't they? By attacking Lebanon. I don't even... Is the ceasefire still on?
Netanyahu, who is definitely alive and not dead, said, we will attack Iran when we're ready.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, it's round two. He break Boogaloo.
Well, it's kind of like the what was the last thing that was it? The Palestine. They did the Trump was like, right, fucking enough now. Enough is enough. We need to stop this fucking Palestine shit. And then they arranged the ceasefire, don't they? And then fucking Israel's just straight away, aren't they? You don't tell me what to do, guy.
I can't believe you're telling me what to do. How dare you? I say, hell, this vile anti-Semite is telling me that I can't defend myself.
Yeah. What, do you want another October the 6th, 7th, 5th, 8th, whatever it is? 4th.
6th, 7th.
4th, weren't it?
Yeah.
It's one of
11th?
those October.
Yeah. October the 11th.
You know,
it was one of the 31 days of October.
Yeah.
It was definitely one of the 31
October is my birth month, and you don't have to have a war with Lebanon then, but it'd be greatly appreciated.
How we doing on BB Watch? We haven't done BB Watch. We didn't do it last week.
I don't know. Actually, I haven't.
It's very simple, right? You see, Bibi Netanyahu is alive.
Yeah.
And that's all there is to it.
The videos we showed the other week definitely proved that he's still alive.
Yeah. He's alive, and that's it.
Yeah.
End of. Simple as.
Yeah. It's just for the 2 weeks there, he decided to not be alive and pretend he was dead for some unknown reason. I don't know.
Well, that was to put the Iranians on the wrong footing.
Yeah. The shitty CGI fucking photographs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. With like 6
AI
fingers.
photographs. Yeah.
And then until people point out it's normal for Ashkenazi Jews to have 6 fingers.
Oi.
It's almost like Islam is some sort of sect to Judaism, isn't it?
It's the
wait, what?
Judaism's the inner club. Islam's the outer club.
What are you saying, Fraser?
Why is Islam have a lot of 6-fingered people in it?
Yeah. As Andrew Wilson, who's obviously a vicious, evil, horrible racist, said, there's an awful lot of cousin fucking going on.
I was going to say, you don't get so many Tay-Sachs enjoyers in Islam, but you do get a lot of microcephalopathy.
Yeah.
What's that?
That's the funny shaped head.
Imagine a head that looks like a Goomba in the Super Mario Bros. Film.
I know what you mean.
What's that? Is it the Zika virus? The Zika virus gives microcephaly as well, doesn't it?
Well, you see, the funny thing about Mexico City and Bombay is both of them have problems with sewage, but in Mexico City, the sewage dries out, so then the poo turns into dust, and then when you get like a strong breeze, all the poo particles fly in the air, and it causes congenital birth defects.
Yeah.
Because it turns out breathing poo particles and having poo embedded on your lungs actually causes birth defects and brain damage and microcephaly. And Zika
so it's not really
Zika
microplastics we need to worry about. It's actual poo in your ball bag.
It turns out poo in your ball bag, poo in your lungs, and microplastics all not very good for you.
Yeah.
Micro poo sticks. Yeah.
But in other places, poo is great for you. You should smear your walls with cow manure because it's antiviral. Do you remember that story in India where it's like, in order to combat COVID,
fuck all those cunts.
These Hindus are bathing in cow manure, and they're saying, "Oh, you're bathing in cow manure for COVID." It's like, COVID? Oh yeah. That's why we're doing this,
mate. What the fuck are you talking about?
It's like, and in fact, we've been doing this for centuries because we've not got COVID in all that time, so it's obviously working.
It's that filthy in India that even COVID died.
The thing is, rumor has it in India, right? They're still practicing anti-COVID measures to this day by smearing each other in cow excrement.
Yeah.
Tyler Oliveira did a documentary about that one village, and only that one village.
Unfortunately, Tyler Oliveira also did about Curious Joel, didn't he? Which didn't go down too well.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about, Guy. You'll be hearing from my lawyers about that. It's heinous things you've said about my fraud and my people. Yeah. Which is completely not true, but also I'm suing you because it's true.
Yeah, I'm going to make sure you don't say it anymore because that's how not true it is.
Yeah, nobody gets to hear
the more you crush
untrue.
the more you crush down someone saying something, the more true it becomes, the less true it becomes.
Yeah, it just goes without saying, It's just like this. Yeah, it's just. I mean, it's obviously that's how the way it is.
My God, it just keeps coming. Holy shit, dude!
What now?
These candidates for fucking reform.
Oh God!
Every single one.
Oh, have you seen the one where they're like?
It's endless, man. Holy shit!
Have you seen the one that says like, "I am the new candidate for the Isle of Wight. What's your name? Sharia Islam."
Is
that a made-up name? Sharia Islam.
We need a collage of these things. Holy shit!
Isn't Purple-Aki standing in the Liverpool ward?
Nah, well, here's the thing, right? No one can tell, right, if they're real or fake now because there's so many. It's like we're not sure if they're real or fake.
Welcome.
I heard Big Nasty is going to be the Reform MP for Brixton.
Yeah. We've got Baraka Kumar Ishavalabali Patel for West Harrow.
I do struggle with those. I do struggle with those Indian names. Oh shit, we can't do. I'm gonna have to find out how to get stuff off the soundboard.
Oh man. Oh, I can't anymore. It's too much.
Yep.
Oh. Poor reform.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Poor voters.
What do you mean you don't want the candidate for Accrington Stanley to be Axel Ridder-Cabana?
So it's server settings soundboard is how you get rid of items from it.
Oh, okay. But you telling me that the audience will no longer have... you can't get rid of... This one even says, say, for YouTube. I mean, that is clearly safe for YouTube. You don't hear anything wrong or untoward in that.
Where the fuck is server settings?
Oh, I wish I knew.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, if I knew about server settings, I would change the name of the server.
Yeah.
And things would be different. When the server's all different and stuff.
I don't know. I don't think we can.
Neither do I. Oh, it sucks.
Ah, hold on. Invites, overview. Oh,
what's a lintel?
Settings. What?
What's a lintel?
A lintel, it's like a supporting beam, isn't it?
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Why?
No reason. I'm not pulling lintels out of a building that needs them.
No, you don't want to be pulling lintels out. That's bad.
Well, so you say. I mean, have you got a source for that, bro?
Yeah, you got a source for that.
Have you got some credentialed women that will tell me it's bad to pull out lintels?
Server settings, soundboard. Ah, there we go. That's it. So which ones do we want rid of?
Get rid of this
Don't
one.
use that one that much.
Get rid of this one.
That's a nice crunch.
And I disagree with this one.
MI5's the apex of British nationalism.
No, I agree with that one.
No idea what that's about.
Hardcore is one that we can't really play on the show, so maybe I should get rid of that one as well.
I was going to say it's... yeah.
There we go. We've got 3 spots. 3 spots on the soundboard.
Oh, have we got this one?
Yeah, I left that one.
Oh,
like
that's
that
not the one I meant. I meant this one. That's a good one, that one. I like Hallelujah.
Oh,
I always thought it was Hallelujah, but it turns out other people spell it Hallelujah.
Hallelujah, peeps.
Hallelujah, but I always thought it was Hallelujah.
Right, lads, I'm going to have to go for a pee.
Thanks, Fraser.
Yep. And Fraser will be returning later.
Next week, yeah.
in the Return of the P. Return of the P.
Oh, is this
Return of the P. Return
fucking
of the
pig,
P.
what, 20 grand a year to be a fucking knobhead?
Is that too long or something?
What?
It won't let me upload it.
Oh, your clips are limited to... Yeah. Well, also, I think your clips have to be a certain, like...
No, it's fine. I just wasn't... there we go, I bet. You like that one, don't you?
Let's have a look at the soundboard. And, well, we got 20 grand. Oh, yeah.
Fucking pig, what, 20 grand a year to be a fucking knobhead?
Yeah.
Do you know what? COVID was worth it just for that clip.
Yeah, you know, I will say it was pretty sad when I couldn't go to my grandmother's funeral.
But we did get that clip out of it.
20 grand a year to be a fucking knobhead.
Yeah.
It's not all bad, is it?
No. What else have we got here?
$20 grand a year to act like a fucking knobhead.
It's not your fault, is it?
Oh, yeah, that's not safe for YouTube, unfortunately.
Ah, Freddie Bentley, do you want falling down the stairs?
It's just like falling down the stairs.
Yeah.
My bum was sore for weeks. I'm Freddie Bentley.
There you go. I bet.
It's just like falling down the stairs. Freddie Bentley.
You put it out and it sounds like someone's falling down the stairs.
I mean, I think I know what it sounds like when someone falls down the stairs.
Yeah.
And I also think I know what he's referring to, and I'm not feeling it.
I think he's referring to, as Lister would say, a £10 black rib knobbler.
Yeah. But if that's what it sounds like when you pull it out, Freddie Bentley.
Well, it don't sound like it.
Freddie Bentley.
I don't even want to say what, yeah.
Freddie Bentley. Freddie Bentley.
Oh, what's this one? What's this one, I bet?
What's what one?
What's that then? But he's a puff. He likes the boys.
Yep.
Yeah, we could do that.
Sure could.
Yeah.
You pull it out, it sounds like someone's falling down the stairs.
What's that then? That he's a puff. He likes the boys.
Yeah. Oh boy.
It's 9 o'clock, I bet.
And that's all from me, and I think that's all from him.
Yeah.
And
Fucking
Fraser,
paid what, 20 grand a year to be a fucking knobhead?
I mean, look at him. He's going off to have a piss in the middle of the show, and he did even put the.
Has he been getting broadcasting tips from Brutus?
Fraser he's pissing from his wiener right now. He'll be right back. He says you guys like jazz. He says he really likes smooth jazz, especially with saxophone.
Yeah. And if anybody gets that, I think only one person in the chat will get that joke.
Yeah, that's the thing, though. It's like Fraser is busy pissing from his wiener right now, so you know he can't be on the show for the moment.
Have we got some smooth jazz? Have we?
We could do some a cappella beat bop. Skibidi beep beep beep, pissing from his wiener. Do 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 do. Oh, he's pissing from his wiener. Boo 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 boo. Fraser's pissing from his wiener. Do you think he's wiping his bum as well? Is that why it's taking him so long?
Is he watering his bum?
Is pissing from his wiener a euphemism for I need to do some methadone now?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Did you hear the crinkling of foil before he went?
No, it's a safety bottle cap. No. Foil's heroin. No, with methadone, you hear the click, click, click of a child safety cap.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah. Come on, I swear, Hemi, it's like you've never done methadone or heroin before.
Yeah.
Have you never seen Jacqueline McCaffrey?
Jacqueline McCaffrey, who's that?
I'm Jacqueline McCaffrey, and I was on heroin for 2 years, and then I was on methadone for 7 years after that.
Ah, Fraser's back from having a poo.
Fraser, methadone, it's way worse than heroin, isn't it?
Methadone's worse. What are you talking about? Methadone's worse.
No, it's not.
Well, Jacqueline McCaffrey knows better than you. Because she's only on heroin for 2 years, but she was on methadone for 3 years. Methadone's worse.
What do you mean? We get council subsidised pure methadone up here, mate.
I know. But then Jacqueline McCaffrey's like, I don't want to be on methadone no more. I'm telling you, Jacqueline McCaffrey, she knows of methadone. You guys have never seen this, have you?
No.
Fraser, how can you claim to be a jock, a Scotch? How can you claim to be a piece of shortbread if you don't know who Jacqueline McCaffrey?
Well, I don't claim that. I've never claimed that in my life.
Hang on, Jacqueline McCaffrey. I don't know how to spell Jacqueline, unfortunately.
I'm Jacqueline McCaffrey. Look, let me tell you now, I was on heroin for 2 years. But methadone, I was on methadone for 3 years. Methadone's worse. Methadone's way worse. But I'm clean now. I didn't do it no more. I'm clean. I know you think I'm scum, but I'm clean now. I'm just as important as you are.
Right, believe it or not, right, there was a time on British television where we could have a bloke dressing up as a woman and it was considered funny.
Yeah.
Do you remember when like Eddie Izzard dressed up as a woman and everyone thought it was funny? It's like, no, you're not supposed to be laughing at this, and then we stopped laughing at him because it's no longer funny. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Do you remember when like Eddie Izzard was just like, I'm going to make you people stop laughing at me? It's like, but aren't you a comedian?
I
yes,
do like
but
that
you're
one
not
that
supposed
woman
to
said the other week where she said, I'm going to get a trans person up on stage so you know exactly what you're laughing at.
It's like, oh, thanks, I need the reference.
You could go to there right now and you could check it out, but I recommend you don't.
Do you know the other thing? Like, my dad was like, what's on tape? Because I go over Christmas and I see the folks, and they subject me to the boomer tube.
I like doing that because it is funny to watch your reaction.
What the like seeing lose the will to live? Yeah, it's really funny that. And so I was watching QI. It's like, like panel shows. Panel shows are funny, right? And so he puts the panel show on, and I don't think he's seen it in years either. And they got this fucking like this hoity-toity Guardian fart-sniffing shitlib on called Sandra Toskvig. Who's not even fucking English, by the way. She's Danish.
Oh, this one's got to go in.
And then she was like, she had Eddie Izzard on, and Eddie Izzard, he was wearing fake tits. Like, do you remember that teacher in Canada who wore a pair of massive knockers? And they were saying, like, you can't wear massive knockers.
Jelly tits ash.
Well, exactly. And it's like, look, you can't wear your jelly tits arse in school because it's distracting to those
jelly
students.
Tits ash.
They're all busy laughing at your beach ball-sized breasts. And the guy said, look, I sexually identify as a woman with Z-cup tits, and you can't tell me my identity's invalid. And the school actually had to deliberate for over 18 months. Now, this is Canada, mind you, where they're like, can we actually tell him he can't dress up as a freak of nature, or would that be really transphobic? And eventually they said, look, you have to take the tits off, and it is transphobic, so here's some compensation. Please, can you just be quiet about this?
Fucking paid, 20 grand a year to be a fucking knobhead?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, all you got to do is turn up to work, dress up and look like a whore, and then if anybody says, why are you dressed up like a prostitute, you'd be like, hey, stop being so transphobic. And then they're like,
you could go to there right now and
jelly tits ash.
But I recommend you
Fucking paid, 20 grand a year to be a fucking knobhead?
That was
you
the
just
apex
them
of British
for saying
nationalism.
You're being transphobic because I sexually identify as a prostitute. I'm telling you, it's a money spinner. You could go to work right now, but I suggest you don't.
Yeah. Oh shit! What was I'm gonna. What are we gonna get rid of? You like Hallelujah, don't you? But
I do like Hallelujah. Hallelujah is very important.
We'll have to get rid of MI5's the apex of British nationalism for a minute because there's one.
It does take a while. Yeah.
There's another one I'm going to put on. Hold on, where is it?
Hallelujah, 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 Hallelujah. How do I get up there? Oh, I don't know, because I'm not sure. Hallelujah, Hallelujah, Hallelujah.
I forgot which one I was looking for.
Da 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 da. Da, 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 da. Didn't Mozart write a song called Hallelujah, or am I thinking Haydn?
Yeah, I think it is.
It's one or the other. Hallelujah, Hallelujah. Burr, 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 burr. It's a great song. You must know the words.
Yeah.
Da 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 da.
Hallelujah, this is perfect for
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
That's the one. That's one that is desperately needed for moments like this.
Hallelujah.
We both got autism, haven't we?
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
It seems we both got autism, haven't we?
Da 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 da. Hallelujah! Hallelujah! Hallelujah!
Are we done of it?
Well,
are you doing the outro? Is that what you did?
I was waiting for you to go, and on that note...
And on that bum note...
What do you mean? I have the voice of an angel.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, have you seen another BBC presenter is in trouble for being saying some weird shit? Chris Moyles is in court for saying that he wanted to have sex with. He couldn't wait for Charlotte Church to come of age so he could have sex with her.
Well, look, as much as I dislike
Is she
Crispy
still not
Boy,
come of age yet?
Right, she did about fucking 20 years ago. But
as
apparently
much
this
as
is
I-
I
fresh
remember that
news.
back in the day when I was a fucking teenager. Yeah, forget
as much as I dislike Crispy Boyles, and I think he ought to be castigated in public, I will say in his
castrated for a second there, Robert.
castigated.
Yeah.
I will defend Crispy Boyles and say, well, look, at least he wants to wait for her to be of age and consenting,
Maybe
non-related,
that's why he's being punished by the BBC.
of age, cisgendered, alive, consenting, non-related, non-animal,
Have you thought
human,
that maybe that's why he's being punished? Because he wanted her
goth,
to be of age?
goth
of age,
GF.
some sort of pervert or something.
It's like, that's overripe. You can't fuck that.
What the fuck is wrong with the BBC? They've got far too many. Should we just do a show where we just list off all the cases of all the paedophiles at the BBC? Because I think it's coming to the stage where we might have to.
Like in the BBC, the slogan for it is "You don't have to be a nonce to work here." Actually, yes, you do.
The British Buggery Corporation.
It's blokes buggering children.
I think we are going to have to talk about the BBC because they can't keep getting away with it.
The Fortean case of here's it's not government funded. It's a completely voluntary, wink wink, licence fee, and the licence fee is used to fund paedophiles as they bugger children.
I think Scott. I think Chris. Not what's his name. Scott Mills has got a decent case because convicted nonce Hugh Edwards. He got a year's wages for being a nonce, didn't he?
Yeah.
Whereas Scott Mills got binned, and that's it. Fuck off. Don't pass go. Don't collect 200 quid.
He wasn't the right type of nonce. So
Yeah, he's the wrong type of nonce. Maybe the kid was too close to 16.
But here in the BBC, what's the thing? 21 and below is as young as I go.
No, that's just Andrew Tate, isn't it?
The Rumble
as
chat.
high as they go, I think.
I got to say, Hemi, that the Rumble chat needs some moderation because they're saying all sorts of slurs over there, and it's just not on.
Nobody's talking in the Rumble chat.
No, there's someone that's talking in the Rumble chat.
Yeah, it's you, Hobbit.
Hey, look, somebody called Hobbit Fremen.
Your messages then.
Somebody called Hobbit Fremen, who is I don't know who they are, but they're saying stuff like YouTube is full of a West Country dish of meatballs and diverse gentlemen.
You haven't written anything in the live chat.
And worst of all, what
is most disturbing is fucking Matt Gates' face is on there.
I will post you the screenshot of the thing so you can see it for yourself because I don't. Oh, hang on. No, wait. I want to post the screenshot so you can see it because I think I think this needs to be brought to your attention. Right, you're going to need to do some moderation in the comment section because look at that, meatballs, diverse gentlemen, and corner shop owners. See. I mean, what's the world coming to when people just?
I think you're being censored by. I thought Rumble was like the home of free speech. To be fair, I can't even see my screen. My chat on there. I thought this was America. I can see that one.
Much free speech. Fucking free speech.
Those two are showing up. The previous ones weren't for some reason. I don't know why that was.
I get a feeling, if you insult the precious corner shop owners, it just automatically censors what you're saying.
Right, anyway, we're definitely done because this is going downhill rapidly. This is
Hallelujah!
Content, quality content.
It certainly is.
Night all. Before Hobbit starts shouting